constantly changing.
Yep.
We're doing a nanny share with them.
Yeah, got some diaper items.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I left. Hey, can y'all hear us? We're just getting the owl turned on.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Did you go on?
Actually, it doesn't seem to be turning. That's a good place to start.
There she goes.
When you plug it in, is it then become a camera you can use? Is that how it usually works? I actually hadn't plugged it into my machine before.
If it doesn't work, I can try it again. I was
Okay.
having issues today.
That it looks like.
So, okay. What is this button?
Hey, Nikki, we're just getting the owl going and then we'll get going here shortly with
Let me
everybody.
try it on mine one more time and see. Maybe I'll try to.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll.
Sorry
If it
about
doesn't,
that.
we'll adjust.
Yeah. What's that? Nikki's gonna go before you because she's traveling.
Talk to you about form. For
You didn't talk to me about form.
Tuesday for exec.
I mean, you messaged me saying yes. I mean, for Tuesday, which I
Okay.
said yes.
Okay, cool. That's not good. I was doing the form checks. I just want to make sure I.
Yeah, I just assumed, so I already had it on my calendar.
Yeah, right. That's right. Okay. She's not
I
working.
love the autocorrect on your message though, that they finally worked through the cipher, which I was like, oh my God, that's like, so.
Which cipher?
It corrected CDPHE.
Oh.
Department of Health.
It was a cipher, to be honest with you.
Autocorrected to cipher, and I was like, oh my God, that's so perfect.
That was a big win today.
Yeah.
I'm pretty psyched about it.
What happened today?
News.
I was able to issue the permits for the Caribou Village demolition
Oh, wow.
after fighting
The asbestos.
valiant battle with CDPHE for the last.
That's a
million
big
years,
deal.
basically, but.
I heard I was at the post office. I got the news from somebody. Who was it from? And
It's the
the whole fire burned down. It's like called Caribou Village. Yeah, yeah. Nick, can you hear us? Just check in.
I hear you, Sam, pretty well. Yeah.
Okay. We're getting the owl turned on. Electra, can you hear us? Just check in before we do.
Yep. Loud and
Okay,
clear.
great. Awesome. Nikki, are you able to hear us? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I got you. Can't hear you anymore. It might be me. Is it me?
No. Sam
Okay.
muted on this, I think, while the owl is booting up.
I see.
Do you mean to be muted right now, Sam?
Hold on, let's try. I tried talking again and see what happens.
All right, test again through the owl. Can y'all
Yep.
hear me?
That's it.
All right, happy new year. And it's gonna be a wonderful year. That's the plan. Let's dive in. We will start with call to order. It's 5:37. And then roll call. Let's go around. Adam,
Here.
Nick,
Here.
Electra,
Here.
and Luke here, Caroline here. And then I know CT is on the way. So he said he's gonna join in. He's sick, so he's gonna call in. So we'll see him shortly. If you guys forget without doing a meeting, do I normally roll call you into and Jonathan Kane?
No.
It's good practice just to note that we're here though.
Yeah, the most important people in our community are here. So
That's kind.
we'll move on to November 2025 minutes approval. Is there any questions before I move on from those? Otherwise, I'll motion to approve the minutes.
I didn't see an attachment with the minutes, but I might have missed it
Okay,
previously. I mean, not that,
I know I got it from KC, but let me see.
did anybody else get them? I just missed it.
I don't know if I got them. Were they sent in December though?
Oh, yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December
Yeah,
30th.
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would just. Okay. All right, motion to approve the minutes.
Second that.
There you go. Okay.
All right,
I feel like our all in favor. there.
yeah, all in favor, say aye to approve the minutes.
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, great. And we're gonna do public comment on non-agenda items. The agenda is pretty light and I don't see anybody from the public online and there's nobody from the public here. So I'm just gonna move past that and we're gonna,
does anybody? here have
sure, yeah,
comment?
absolutely. Thank you.
Non-agenda items?
What was going on here? I'm just curious. Is this like a press conference?
The state, all the state.
No, this is how we set up for, municipal court is on Fridays. And so this is the setup for tomorrow morning.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry. We get a very short turnaround on some of these meetings.
I did want to,
Before we jump in here, unless public comment, I'll have Nikki go, so since she's traveling,
okay, yeah,
is that cool?
yeah, yeah.
Nikki, do you want to go ahead and do your staff report? Nikki's traveling, so we're gonna try and get her in and out, so she doesn't have to hang out and can enjoy her life here.
Thank you. I am traveling on my way to bring my
That's
granddaughter back to Missouri. So, and it's my birthday weekend, so I'm gonna spend the weekend out there with my daughter and my grands and
I'm not seeing.
My- what's that?
Go ahead, Nikki.
We're just getting CT in.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to read you something that's going to be kind of presented to the board next week, and that's the update on the rink. We started making ice prior to Thanksgiving, and we have continued working whenever we can. We've been basically wasting water with the temperatures and the wind doing what they are doing to us this year. It's persistent constantly. Every time we put down water, we might get a little ice patch and then it melts with the sun and the heat the next day. So it's really been very frustrating and basically impossible to create any kind of an ice rink this year. So at this time, our budget does not include funding for a roof or a mechanical cooling system. And as we've talked about before, we don't even know which of those things would work best for us or how we should go about this. So what we would like to do now is we are going to we're going to keep trying, of course, but unless winter comes real quick, it's likely that the rink won't open this year. What we would like to do is hire, actually what we'd like to do is try and find design and construction solution. We're engaging with a small number of experienced ice rink consultant as a limited kind of advisory role to give us some advice on what they think. And hopefully then we could proceed with hiring one of those said companies to try and help us figure out what would be the best long-term solution for that rink for the entire facility. So I have a meeting, I have actually one meeting set up on Tuesday next week and one set up on Thursday next week to talk with a couple of these companies and try and get them up to our facility, start looking at it, talking with the public, figuring out exactly what it is that we would look forward to doing with that facility. Believe me when I say that it is more heartbreaking for myself and my staff than most other people to not have this place open this winter. So what we have been doing is actually, because it's so warm and sunny out, we've been doing a lot of things that we would normally do in the spring and or summer, kind of painting things and getting things spruced up. Been doing a lot of mechanics on our equipment, getting it ready to actually build trails. We finished the drainage project for the city of Boulder. Crazy things that I didn't think I would ever see myself having to do. But I know I'm not alone in this. Yesterday I went up to Glenwood Springs with my granddaughter and we saw Copper Mountain and Vale, and people were skiing on top of trees, and Loveland, those places. It's been a really brutal winter for the state of Colorado, I think, in general.
Worst on record.
The worst number.
It's currently the worst on record in terms of total snowfall at this, like yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're at like 4% of our snowpack.
We're
So-
more than that, but in general.
Is
it's
it?
full.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's bad, and I've been telling people, like, we haven't even had a foot of snow total up in the mountains here. So, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've only lived in Colorado since 1984, but I've never seen anything like it. So, very disheartening. Anyways, our plan is to keep going. We're going to keep trying. Hopefully winter comes, but even if winter does come, and it will be the shortest winter I've ever experienced here. So,
Yeah.
pray for snow, because otherwise we know what'll happen this summer. But that's really all I've got. Any questions for me?
Nikki, about the rink, what's our kind of public communication strategy around like letting people know where things are at? So, people
So I
don't
put out
get-
a letter that's on our website, and actually the 9 News came up and did an interview with a couple of citizens because of the letter that's out on our website. John will be presenting an aim to the BOT on Tuesday. And otherwise, yeah, there is a public statement about the rink
Okay.
that
cool. So,
can't be
yeah,
found.
see, I just pulled up the website. So I see that. That's great. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, hopefully we can use, I don't know, take some time to try to move forward on the rink project, even if the rink is not open this winter.
Yeah.
Just to try to
Yeah,
make sure that,
actually,
yeah.
we,
yeah.
Ron Mitchell is beginning to collect. So Ron Mitchell is kind of a secret Santa for the rink. He brings me ice skates literally sometimes twice a week, but literally every week he's been bringing me ice skates, and I have more ice skates from him than I know what to do with. So I asked him a couple of weeks ago, "Hey Ron, can I change your focus from ice skates to roller skates? Because maybe we could work out some roller district and
Yeah, that'd be
roller
awesome.
nights."
So cool. Now.
I'd be so into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot of interest in that. I've been wanting to do it for a few years, and John comes on and he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we'll try and
Yeah, especially
kinda-
like like a disco skate night, like the
Yep.
winter time, do it in the summer, it'd be super great.
That'd be awesome.
Yep. So that's
Wait, why
kind
don't
of,
we do that like year round? Or I mean, not when there's ice, but why haven't we done that before?
I think people have wanted to, it's just a matter of capacity, but if we can do it this summer like a pilot and prove financially that we can sustain it, I think it'd be cool, because the other thing is we've looked at movie licenses to do movies there, and there's some things we need to talk to the neighbors, make sure sound works and all that. But I think there's a lot of things we could use that space for that we just don't currently.
Is that
Basketball, too.
monthly
yeah.
even? Or yeah, basketball.
I'd love to get like a hoop there and maybe we have to think about noises that are associated there, but I think there's a lot of recreational uses. I mean, we have a big piece of concrete that is hard to find in the mountains, like a big space that you can just be outside and flat.
Yeah, that's the way to think about it. I'm sorry.
it's parking.
But Nikki's they've been doing a good job of really thinking through that space. And I think, they did a lot of cleanup work over there this fall. And so I think that we just want to continue that and keep that up as we kind of move into 26. But it would be super cool if we had the disco night on roller skates is probably just as fun, if not.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
and if we charge kind of similarly with the rink,
Yeah.
it could become a, more revenue.
we can also do hot dogs and stuff like that in the summertime, do a little summer cookout for the town kind of thing. So I think there's a lot of cool things.
It's cool.
Let's
Hey?
go into that.
And kids
Apologize
running
for
around
the
in a
late,
place where it's safe
sign-in.
is good.
Maybe we could do movie nights there too.
Mhm.
So
Actually, it'd be really good.
for the consultant position, Nikki, is there anything you need from us or anybody else on, helping to support engaging with those people?
We're probably, Nikki and I need to get with them and get a scope built and then figure out costs, because there may be procurement things we need to do. And then I think what would happen is they would come out and look. One of my concerns is that it's not a roof or a refrigeration, it's an indoor facility. I think we need to make sure that that's not part of the equation.
Yeah.
Um,
And this, I guess what I was saying is like, for PROSAB or just I know there's been other people that, have offered, experience or context.
Yeah,
I
I think-
just like as we engage with them, like even before we start to put together a scope.
Yeah.
like,
I think we've got that part locked down pretty good. I think the next step for us is if it needs to come to the board or go through a procurement process. And then when we get the consultant on board, I think we want to do a little bit of engagement
Yeah.
with the community and really make sure we're talking to folks about just identifying how this should look and what the needs are. And so that can be done.
Totally agree. Like, keeping it an outdoor space is kind of critical. to
Yeah.
Its nature, so.
I think this will be great, because the other thing is GoCo has a round of funding that's about to open, and I don't think that they would score this very well as we are now. But if we get this work done, I think we're going to be well positioned for maybe even an August application, which could be really cool. So we have enough money that I'd love to preserve that money for something like this. And it's possible that, it's always possible that something else comes up that changes priorities, but we'll find something no matter what. But having this data on board, then we can really make sure that we build something cool. The other thing is there's a possibility, Nick has a good relationship with the Avs, and we can always say, help us report to them and see if they respond to that in a positive way. Cause I think they would love to have that.
Even if they just came up and did like a half day practice up here. So
Yeah.
I mean, you just can you imagine like how stoked people would be.
Yeah, it'd be cool. And our hockey program is really great. It's a really good thing that we have. And if we could run it even just a little longer, because it sounds like when Nick and I were talking to some of the consultants, they're like, you should be able, once you get under 40, you could run it. I mean, it works. And so as long as you can make sure you got all that stuff set up. I mean, if we could conceivably run it from Thanksgiving through even March, I mean, that's a huge season. That makes it so much easier to be predictable and reliable. So
And you get the holiday excitement.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal, and like probably more revenue.
I've been trying to talk Nikki into this idea I have for mini golf, except for it's hockey, where you build ice blocks and then you could like hit pucks into like a mini golf course. And I think, I'm not saying that we can, but I think stuff like that, like it gives us the flexibility to do different kinds of things. Yeah.
All right, well, Nikki, anything else on your end or questions for Nikki that y'all have?
So it sounds like.
I always
this-
appreciate your work, Nikki.
Yeah, like after it goes to BOT, it's approved, we hire someone,
They do the thing,
they do the
they're
thing,
consulting.
great. Then ideally next winter, they implement the recommendations.
Pretty much scope is, like, there's four solutions. One is, can we get away with a chiller or a roof alone, one of the two? And then does a combination work best? And then also, like, is a sunshade, because sometimes some places just do the sun blocking so that the,
Highest angle.
yeah. So there's those three options. And then also, will all of those, in light of like, kind of like what we're looking for from the facility, is the answer, or do we need to enclose it? And so those, I think that's really what we're looking for scope wise out of this project. And then I think that really needs to come back to y'all. And I think that's where the rubber is really going to meet the road on figuring out a good plan here. But I think it should be not too bad.
Sounds pretty clear. I would say don't break your back over getting it open. It's a pretty terrible snow year. 63% is where we're at with the snowpack, if you're wondering, as of yesterday.
I also heard you guys say you're interested in this idea of more programming in the summertime, which could be super cool. So
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And great revenue options too, like.
I think last year Nikki made 15 grand and it was only open 6 weeks. So if we could be more consistently providing a community space like that, it probably will, it'll be a good thing.
Yeah.
And that money can just go back into whatever we end up doing at the rink. We can
Yeah,
flex it out that way so that that's what happens.
Yeah, and like last thought on that, if we want to wrap and move forward, is the, with Wild Bear, whenever they get open, I can't remember their exact timeline that they're proposing, but
they haven't done fundraising, so they don't know.
okay. Whenever they get open, that becomes kind of a corridor of go to Wild Bear, go
Yeah.
skate or whatever, like it's a thing to do
Mhm.
and you're already in the area.
Yeah. The other thing that's really cool about it is there's not very many places that are public in Netherlands that are like not tourism facing. And the rink is really the critical outdoor one, I think. And I think it's, it's good to have those community tourism facing places be good for both. But the rink could be like a community hub that's really about Netherlands. And so,
Yeah.
and obviously you invite other people into it at times, but like, I think that's another cool thing about it is
But
it's like,
instead of a tourism draw,
yeah,
it
it's,
can be more for the community.
yeah.
By and large, as terms of like programming that you focus on. and
Yeah.
Things like that.
And like maybe we'll have a hockey tournament and then people come and things like that. But
Yeah, for sure.
it could be, even like somebody doing clinics to teach kids how to ride bikes.
Yeah.
It's a great place for that. So,
Totally.
I think those kinds of things would be,
Yeah, we could build like a jump line, right, in the
Yeah.
trees by the.
there's a lot of opportunities over there.
All right, cool. That's, Nikki, anything else? I know we do want to respect your time and you give so much, let you roll. I don't know if you hear us, but either way, we're gonna move on. Luke, you ready to give us your update? I'm sure we'd all like to know where outdoor is and what, because it sounds like something happened.
Yeah, well, for those that.
I saw a bunch of my
don't-
knees.
don't, Tune into every meeting. We approved the purchase agreement, the transfer of services agreement at the BOT meeting last week. And then next week, we have the bond ordinance on the docket. So that will be, I hate to say the final piece, but it's the final thing that we have to vote on to approve before we can move forward. So still a long road ahead, and honestly, I anticipate a lot of involvement from this group as
Okay,
post purchase, as we start to think about what's next for the town and recreation and outdoor space and stuff. So
yeah, it's kind of purchase is still technically underway.
yes, I mean, we're still, I think, more or less on the same timeline of, Q1, of this year to close the transaction.
Okay.
Is that fine?
And is closing date public? Not yet.
And try to get that. We're trying to move as much information that direction as
Yeah.
possible.
We're still working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything is moving along. It's, been a huge amount of effort from John and Nicole.
Yeah.
And they have just put in astronomical amounts of hours.
Trying to find a cable.
What do you mean? Like a,
And,
Charging cable, but not like.
the most interesting thing
It's the
has
micro
been
USB.
the kind of
oh, the,
public feedback in these, we scheduled these DOT meetings with like this huge block of time because we have the Eldora thing on the agenda and we have not gotten any public feedback or comment on those. Yeah, on those meetings. which is-
I'll show up and ask if mountain bikes are gonna be.
Right. I mean, my theory is.
I think people are
There's
just happy with it.
mostly, yeah, there's like general support. And we've done a pretty good job with the FAQs of like getting.
Yeah.
The stuff out there so that most of the essential questions are answered.
Because I have to change our-
That's the ones we can.
our setup slightly. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take, so everybody, I'm gonna take the owl really quick and I'm gonna switch cameras just because Sab is having a technical
Oh, you
difficulty.
guys are insane.
We're downstairs, but we need like I
We had a-
think we lost one.
Owl?
One of these cables. So like.
Oh, if you just need a cable, John, I can,
It's a micro USB, but not.
I got all.
Oh, if you have a micro USB.
Yeah, I'll use mine. Micro USB to
Yes,
USB-C.
yeah, or either one.
That's micro USB-C and, there's,
I don't think I've
Here's
ever
the-
seen
here's the
micro
regular-
USB-C before. That's cool.
that's a micro, there's a regular USB, and
It's all,
that's short. That'll work.
yeah. Sorry.
So you said- said that.
We are almost back to fully operational here.
I just was expecting questions or
Yeah,
feedback or comments or, input, anything,
Honestly, people are just like, you did it, great.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who think it's just done already. It's,
Yeah, I didn't realize. Experience that with Brad here. But I wasn't expecting, I didn't realize you were looking for additional input.
It's not so much that we're looking for it, we're just kind of like expecting people to have
You're giving,
something,
like,
something,
space for it.
something to say. right?
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. And, yeah, it's been completely quiet. Usually our meetings were like, oh, well, we're done. Now we're gonna talk about it.
Well, I'll show up and ask a couple
Does that
questions.
mean you have time to talk about Chris?
Yeah, I would love to.
We don't at the BOT quite yet, but it's coming. It's definitely on the agenda. So
But yes, I would love to get it sorted out tonight, so that we're clear. I have a couple of things to share, so.
Okay.
What else from the board? Not much else.
What are you guys talking about when you eat that?
On the Eldora thing, we went straight from the Eldora, purchase agreement
Yeah.
approval to a gray water ordinance. So-
we've got a couple things coming up too that are on this agenda. One of which is community center. We are going
Not gonna
to,
redo it or something?
yeah, the West Wing here is not deficient structurally. It's
Yeah,
almost 8,000 square feet of really decent space. So we need to find a place really critically for BCSO to be.
let's be
So
serious
the Boulder County Sheriff's Substation.
though. Okay,
So I think what we're,
right, because they burned down their.
yeah,
office for
right.
a reason.
So
But
what
they-
I'd
they
like,
didn't burn them
yeah,
down,
they
though.
were just, yeah,
It's
they were impacted. So I think what
Yeah.
we've been thinking
Go
is,
with that somewhere.
yeah,
Accidentally.
we reopen that space and it's good community space no matter what. And then there are other needs around the community center that we know have been expressed. And
Yeah.
one of the things that we probably should do, it's similar to the rink, is do a master plan for this
Yeah,
plan, for this
totally.
building. So that's something I would like to talk to you guys about. This has kind of been coming into focus very quickly about maybe we save that part of the building. And, there's some big benefits to it,
What's considered the west wing?
So it's basically right behind this partition, which I know online you can't see, I apologize. There's a door and it's this whole wing on this side.
That goes out up
Yeah.
to the upper part that you see from the road,
And the
basically.
only real reason that it's not occupied space right now is because when they did this building, there was a really big effort to make it LEED certified. And when they did that, they ran out of money to do that part of it. So
okay.
what I would like to do is sprinkle it and then put in a fire alarm system like a modern fire alarm system. Yeah, clean it out. And then that could be the home for BCSO. It could be potentially a home for the laundromat if that works. I don't know quite yet if that's true.
From a business.
You guys are meeting down in the downstairs conference room? For SAB's meeting downstairs in the conference room.
Oh.
Kind of like right across from by the theater, like do you know where that room is still? It's when you're walking back, it's on your right side.
Is this wing the one that the food pantry uses for storage,
Yes.
those classrooms
Mhm.
and stuff? Okay, yeah, that's a lot of space.
Yeah, it's good space too. So like Tadasana could potentially be in there, and I think it's a good median option. We were looking when I first got here, I was looking at costs to if we were to build. It's probably looking at $1,100 square foot right now, which is pretty expensive. But we've talked about pool, we've talked about
Climbing wall.
yeah, all that.
Like all the things you
Yeah.
imagine in a community center
Yeah.
in the mountains.
None of that's off the
Yeah.
books if we fix that wing. And so what I'd really like to do, there's a grant program open from the state right now where I might be able to get up to $1 million. And then we could renovate that space, make it nice, which we could use it now. We're like bursting
Could
at
we
the
do
seam.
that with $1 million?
Probably. It's pretty good. We have to do like fix the bathrooms and
Okay.
some minor drywall and things
Oh,
like that. So
okay.
it's really we should go walk it sometime.
Yeah,
But basically it's going to be, I think it's a really good way also to preserve a little bit of history of the community because it's an older building here. It's historic in theory. It's not designated, but it would be. And then in the long term, what I'd like to do is really figure out, that's something I'd like to talk to you guys about. Maybe at our next meeting would be great.
okay, we can add
But
that. to
just
the
a
agenda.
master plan for this building, like what do we want to do with it? And I think there's a lot of ways that could go, but we have the Magnolia Schoolhouse, which there's been some talk about turning that into an artist co-op or maybe not, like just something and just using this space and the pool thing always comes up and then the rink is part of this too and maybe there's other facilities, recreation facilities that we want to start promoting. And then we've got the the playground. So there's a whole kind of facilities piece of this work that I think we could start working on.
That sounds awesome.
Thing is, a reminder that, we have an election in April. And there are not several, but there are a few DOT seats coming up for election. So if you or anybody you know wants to run for the BOT.
No,
This
you
is
gotta
your-
be within town limits to be on the
you
BOT.
have to
Like I
live-
cannot be
you have
on
to
it.
live in town limits and you have to get at least 20, however many signatures.
The people that thumbs up you.
Yeah.
Are you running
Get on the
again?
ballot. My term isn't over for 2 months.
Oh, okay, so you're still
I'm still on.
committed.
Yeah.
There's a mayor and trustees
Yeah,
positions
the mayor-
open though.
Mayor's open and 2 trustees. Or
So
3,
it's a
or 3 if.
an election for a mayor's cycle, is that right? Yeah,
The mayor terms are always just 2 years.
okay. It's good. I realize that.
When you're ready to leave. So. And the mayor run again, I think Billy definitely.
Billy can run again. I don't know if he is, but
Okay.
can.
Okay,
And,
also that position gotta be in town limits, right?
Yep.
Just clarification.
Yeah.
And you can't be on BOT, like, there's only one, like, you're the only person who can be in both BOT and Parks, right?
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you were to be on the BOT, you could still have a seat on PROSAB. It's just there's a BOT liaison,
In addition.
right?
Okay.
Like
It's not typical.
There's not
Like we
really.
could probably figure it out, but it would be something we
Alright.
just need to talk about. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you could. We just need to figure out
I was thinking I could join 2 boards.
a work plan is all it is like we just got to figure out what that looks like. So
But there's not a lot of time. I think it's by the 20th, you have to have your signatures in. You know,
yeah, that's correct. I think it might be the 20th is a good day to say because it might be the 26th is in my head too, but I think it's the 20th.
Yeah. So,
But we'd love to have people, and they can also, if people do want to come talk to me about it, like what it entails and all the
Yeah.
rules and things, I'm happy to help.
All right,
and that's all I've got for
Okay.
BOT updates.
I'm gonna add to our next meeting to talk about the community center
Mhm.
redesign, I'll call
Yeah.
it, like.
I think
process or
planning
process.
effort, I think
Yeah.
really like kind of the pros, but just
Like, what do we want?
like a mini pros for the community center or maybe for facilities, recreation facilities or whatever we'd say, something like that. Because I think a plan would be a really good idea because we've
It sounds like a great idea. I
Yeah.
want a pool.
And I don't think it would take us very long to put it together. And I think the
Yeah.
community would
And a
like to
climate
have
wall.
that.
And I was like thinking about third places, what's good for the community, what do people want, what do people need, what do community centers usually have nowadays?
Yeah. We're also classified a community center, not a recreation center, which is just a really nerdy way to say that there's some things that we can't do right now, but it could change. It's not
Oh, I
anything
didn't
locking us
realize-
in.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it's one of
Okay,
those
yeah.
things that we're starting, I've been thinking about staffing here and like how we do that and how we program. You know, one thing I would love to do is when I worked in Gilpin County, we did a lot of winter events too. Like we do like a daddy-daughter dance and like a Nerf battle for kids and like these things that
Like
would bring
light
people in when
programming.
it's cold outside
Yeah,
and together and breakfasts. And so those are things I'd like to start doing quarterly at least. But that's an opportunity to really think about different
yeah.
kinds of things.
I do like we've been going and we will move on to the next thing here, but like to places that are essentially just like function as an indoor playground for kids.
Yeah,
You know, which a weight room does not,
yeah.
climbing gym doesn't always, but like something where they can just kind of play is cool idea as well.
Big padded room with a bunch of foam balls in it.
Yeah, I mean, they essentially have that at the Louisville Recreation Center.
Yeah.
And we've gone some in the winter and it's like. super
Apex
fun.
in Arvada has a really
Good one, yeah.
But I agree with you. And
Teens, I mean, it's not the same thing, but it is.
Yeah, no, and I talked about kind of floated what would be maybe a more out there idea is like, could we have like a Woodward facility where you can practice flips and tricks and like do a partnership with them where they help build some of that if that's,
Oh, with partner with Woodward.
yeah,
Yeah.
to help build out that and have also like a revenue stream on that end
Yeah.
that could help either they just fund part of it or something there.
Well-
And it becomes
Little
a
mini-
destination.
mini indoor Woodward.
Yeah, which then like you have Eldora's team and,
Yeah.
you know, that would be cool.
if we know anything about the last 18 months in the Netherlands, one thing is that you don't do cool stuff unless you ask what it could be cool to do. And
Yeah.
I think that's a really important step that
Yeah.
we can apply here. So
Cool. Well, I'm not for
Would
lack
that
of
be the
ideas.
highest elevation woodward in the nation? Because that would be cool.
There's one at Copper. Bay
Copper's
Area.
like 8 base, so it probably is like comparable.
technically,
Maybe
Well, just make
technically.
the roof a little higher.
Yeah, we should see, because that was like a selling, like a, you know, a point of marketing, right? The whole thing, and people would come for that and,
No, yeah, no, Copper, basic Copper is 9.7.
oh, never mind. That's a big roof, Nick.
Yeah,
That's a
we
big
can't,
roof.
we can't cheat.
I like the idea though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's like kind of the out there a little bit idea, but it could be a cool partnership if they have an interest or something like that. All right, community center, recreation, vision, bring your wildest dreams to the next meeting. Basically is what that boils down to. We'll move on to discussion items, which we just have one right now. And update on the anticipated timing for when the PROS update will be scheduled. And any other things related to that.
I can't tell you. I'm so sorry. I know you guys really want to get it done and the
Yeah.
board is not ignoring you, but it's gotta fit within the schedule.
Yeah, no,
So-
I mean, we get it.
We have a forecaster document. It's on there. I think it's reasonable to expect that we can do it in February.
Okay.
Just in case something comes up, but I haven't seen, I know you guys were talking about a couple of final edits. Are we in final form right now or?
We could do the final edits.
Yeah,
maybe.
like
It's not
I was gonna basically do that tonight while we're talking.
Oh, well, would you be able to share that with me when it's available and then we can get all the basically what needs to happen, whatever meeting it is, I need it the Wednesday before end of day
Okay.
for the packet. And so when you guys are ready for that, if you could get that to me, then I can get it into the packet. And I can confirm with you all. I know we can't do it on the 20th, but we may be able to do it on I think it's the 6th is the next one. So if that works for you guys.
Yeah.
Be updated on the map thing. That's something that you guys are still working
Yes, but I don't think, we were gonna just knock it out and we haven't, so.
I mean, if it's gonna be February, we can get it done. That's
Yeah,
fine.
but if that's,
I didn't
if
think,
we don't, like, I don't wanna hold up.
no, we decided just like wasn't that important.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna get chopped up, or maybe it won't.
Yeah, I think the main thing that I'd like to Well, let's officially move on.
It'd be good to have it on it. One of the things is it's a relatively beefy document and we need
Yeah.
to make sure the board
Yeah.
within the context of the other things they're reading they've been reading a lot. So I just want to make sure they have time to digest it before we just give them an opportunity. So, but I don't think there's a problem with it. It's more just a figuring it out. So
So are we officially moving on to roast?
Yeah, we are.
Anything I felt like I'd like to see us like wrapping up tonight, it's just like a revision of the vision statement. And so I collected, a bunch of people sent in some comments. And so I wanted to just kind of go over some of that and lost, change here. There we go. So, one of the, most helpful bits of feedback actually was that what we had sort of put out as a vision statement was more of a mission statement. And not being a professional document writer, like the difference between a vision statement and a mission statement, but I did just want to kind of read through the feedback that people sent in and get that because I didn't want to reply all of this. So just this is our easy way of sharing all the info. So the Adam came up with a good he would have considered a mission statement, which was like the mission of the PROS is to provide a comprehensive long-term guiding document for the town's parks and trails. Through collaboration with stakeholders, we envision fostering a community deeply committed to protecting, enjoying, and maximizing the extraordinary outdoor experiences available in Netherlands and the surrounding areas.
This in addition to the vision statement?
Well, I was wanting to just refine the vision statement, because it seemed like it was a lot of duplicate info from other parts of the document, and
Yeah,
it didn't feel quite like it captured,
yeah,
like, what do we really want out of
Yeah.
this? But like this, had sort of drawing my attention to the fact it may be a mission statement, and then the vision, like the mission statement is sort of like, I like this statement as like, this is what we, like, the goal of the document is to give us this comprehensive, long-term guiding budget, which I think maybe we have captured in there, maybe not in those exact words, but I think we might already have something like that in the PROST. But as far as the actual vision of like, what is it that we, yeah, and like,
and it's usually a simpler, shorter sentence than the mission.
oh, I was thinking the vision would be a little bit more expanded, but am I wrong in what?
You can see it go both ways in the work I've done in the past, like for vision, like North Star vision tends to be like very simple, clear statement of like, yeah, you can look at different examples, but, and then mission oftentimes is like a little bit more like, this is how we're gonna get there.
Okay.
a lot of people say 16 words or less, but that's like, I don't know how set and like, it's not important.
Perfect. All right, well, with that in mind, I'm gonna read a couple of the other ones that people sent in, and then we can kind of massage, and I do like the idea of having a very concise, like, this is our vision.
Does everybody have that email by chance? Like able to look at it?
The one that I sent out,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll just forward it to y'all real quick. So you got it.
uh, and then, okay, All right, I'm gonna read the next one here. So this is, the 2025 Parks, Recreation, Open Space and Trails Prost Master Plan update for the town of Meadowland is a 10-year strategic guide designed to manage and enhance the community's outdoor and recreational assets through a stewardship-focused approach. Developed collaboratively with the public input, the plan prioritizes the maintenance of existing facilities, improved accessibility, and expanded trail connectivity over new development, while also addressing specific community desires such as an indoor pool and wildfire mitigation. Combining comprehensive inventories, need assessments, and action plans, the PROS document aims to balance recreational demands with preservation of the unique mountain ecosystem. It encourages the leveraging of partnerships and grants to overcome funding and staffing limitations in order to ensure the continued enhancement of Netherlands recreational opportunities over the next 10 years. So that's one, and then,
You want to share your screen, like maybe for?
yeah, that's what would require
just have
getting
this.
my,
You don't have to if it's pain in the butt, but.
Teams. Microsoft signing in at the speed of light. One more minute here. Ready for some sharings.
While you're doing that too, this is, this is mission and vision for the PROST, not PROSAB, right?
Right, and I was just envisioning it as the vision statement, but this,
Yeah,
so,
okay.
It's kind of like the reason this is the most important document slash thing to do is because then we can all confidently move forward once it's approved.
yeah. Okay, so, just, pasted these in here,
Cool, thank you.
that,
That's great.
okay. So here are a couple of our options. Maybe I'll just give everybody a second to read these, and then I do really like Caroline's suggestion of a, 16 words or less. Caroline, do you want to, is it easier to read on my screen, or are you?
I got it. I'm just
Okay.
zoomed in, but
Okay.
thank you. Should have brought my laptop. I was thinking of the wireless today. I guess one question which would be helpful if you can pull up, is like, can you pull up where in the document this comes up? Because the one that's like a full paragraph, I'm like, is that repetitive of some of the content that we already have in like the intro paragraph kind of thing? Which is fine, like you might want to just like
Well,
copy
and-
paste.
And well, and you know, to be honest, that's kind of why I was bringing this up was because of, it seemed kind of repetitive. I was like, let's try to get something that really, so I'm all for like trying to eliminate the
Yeah,
repetitiveness. But I am having a,
sorry, I didn't realize we were doing post edits. I would have totally brought my laptop and could have screen shared.
um,
We were just talking about when we were discussing the.
We kind of were, but
Yeah.
we'll let it enter the picture here for a little bit longer, but
Yeah, exactly. So scroll down. Okay, yeah, purpose and vision.
yeah, so this, and this is the piece that I was like, let's make this,
Yeah,
you know,
that's helpful.
it's so that's what we
Inspiring.
want to be
Yeah.
16.
yeah, but I do like this for like maybe having like a, you know, a mission statement that is, well, I don't know, does it make sense for you guys to have both a mission statement and a vision statement, or?
Honestly, I think, I would say we could, like, if PROSAB hasn't. If PROSAB itself has a vision and mission, which I'm not sure we do. Okay, well, eventually we should probably create a vision and mission. But for now, if this is just focused on this document, I can see why there's a vision statement because it's mirroring the town of Netherland and the recreation vision statements. It's trying to show that the pros document is aligned to the broader town vision. So yeah, I would say there's probably ways we could weave in, like, look through the things that people submitted and try to make sure that we're covering those bases and not leaving anything out while trying to make it as succinct as possible. Because the vision, the mission is essentially the same as the purpose, which is the previous paragraph.
Right.
So if we wanted to reframe purpose to mission, that's fine too, but I think purpose is a little bit more clear because in like the average day, people oftentimes get confused between vision and mission.
Yeah, if you're not, like we all got, or
Yeah,
not all of
Yep.
us.
yeah,
Some of us got
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, I liked the purpose statement. I mean, that seemed right. And I think what caught me was like, okay, we've got the town's vision statement, we've got the recreation vision statement, and I was like, what's
What's our-
this thing? Like,
Yeah.
what's our vision? Like,
yeah, totally.
part of what I was hoping for was something that would be both representative of like our future hope as well as like what we actually envision for the document. It's like, I was thinking of a little bit of a longer statement, so I was thinking something that would say both, this is what we want this document, but this is like our vision for what we want for the parks and open space trail systems,
Mhm.
you know, this is what we want to see happen. Like, we want it to grow, we want it to expand, we want it to become the greatest it can ever be, you know, sort of kind of
Yeah,
ideas.
yeah. So, yeah, if I'm reading you correctly, as well as this whole paragraph, like, we could almost rename vision, like, this isn't just vision for the pros, this is like broader vision for Parks and Rec in Netherland.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the section, the vision section should be that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is kind of, you know, the vision, how the town, how it fits with the town, how it fits with the recreational vision. And then this is us. And so I think that we could, I think that we
Yeah.
could come up with maybe just some edits to this vision section and then come up with a nice, like, tight vision statement that embodies. One of the terms that didn't come up in anybody's email, but it kind of just popped up in my head recently was, like lifetime recreation, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like things that people call lifetime recreation sports.
yeah, like the kind of stuff, it's like, that we are opportunities for kids to get involved doing things that leads to teens being involved, that leads to adults.
Yeah,
that
they're
leads
like
to
work
families,
skill
that leads
ages
to,
and skill sets and stuff.
older people, like that were really like embracing the idea of a full lifetime of, and
Recreation.
generational, opportunities.
Well, let's do this just to give it some inspiration. Why don't we go around, everybody kind of don't worry about giving the 16 perfect version, just like what personally do you like and enjoy out of the, or would like to see and or like that we already have. We'll do that, and then maybe we can take that and whether we synthesize it now or just after the meeting.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
send
take
it
some
out.
notes while
Yeah.
we're doing that. And
I think that maybe is the way, and then
Yeah.
we can throw it in ChatGPT
Yeah.
if we can get it. Like seriously,
Yeah, right,
and
yeah,
see if we
yeah,
like it.
yeah.
All right, well, I'll start to make it easy.
Yep.
For me, the things that are most exciting are connectivity and like through the community, not necessarily just the town, but through the community, in terms of outdoor connectivity and trails.
We're not gonna be.
Yep.
There's gonna be a problem there, and I'm just expecting
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It needs to be Netherland
Okay,
focused.
we'll keep it Netherlands.
Yeah,
I just meant,
I think there's a room for a statement that says like we want to build regional stakeholder relationships to make sure our trail system connects to other trail systems.
okay,
But there's going to be concern on the BOT if
I think that's a great, like, if you just take those two things and
Yeah.
smush that together.
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because we can have a vision for connectivity, and that vision means we need to connect to other trail systems.
Yeah.
Connections, right? Like I feel like that's something we can say that we want to do that's within our jurisdiction. That
Right.
helps build the wider connectivity.
Yeah. And then I like really, really cool stuff, like rad stuff. That's, that has an element of challenge to it for the different types of things, like the different types of user groups. Obviously, that's easy to think about the mountain bike context in the context of a town. But there's running, there's horseback riders, there's the main, running, hiking,
Yeah.
bikes and horses. So kind of thinking about it in that context.
Okay.
But when I say connectivity, I think about like I could bring my dog, right, or my kid, and it feels really inviting to get into the town, through the town, and to other trail systems. Like that's my, yeah.
Right.
That's like the biggest thing for me. There's a lot in the post, right?
Right.
But I think if there's one thing, that's probably the biggest one.
Cool.
It doesn't have to be one thing. Just
I can build off yours. I'll just add, I think connectivity is like a value. And a lot of companies, in my work, when we do like workshops with them around mission, vision, values, like those three are grouped together and they like build off of each other. And I think that there might be a value section in the post. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if there's not, like,
There's not a value. So.
okay, well, I guess what I would consider doing is actually just like flipping the order. So with the document itself, start with the vision, because what you're seeing in here is like the town of Netherlands vision for Parks and Rec, like for recreation overall. And then you go into like the purpose of the document is to enact this vision.
Uh,
And I think what Sam and what y'all are talking about is like, we want to create a vision for Parks and Rec as PROSAB. And that's different from the purpose of the document, which we kind of already have here and we can wordsmith it. But I totally agree, like, we should try to come up with like an overarching vision. We could also have values. I
Yeah.
think like something that's cool about connectivity is that in addition to like the literal term of like connecting trails and stuff, you also have like ways to connect people
Mhm.
via like ice skating or whatever it is. It's like the intangible connectivity as well.
Yeah.
So that's something we could think about. Like, we could have like three values or five
So-
values. Usually people have like, I don't know, 1 to 5, but
It's like connection to others, connection to place, and then like the actual like physical connectivity.
Well, and this is where the idea of like lifelong connection could come into play as well.
Yeah.
That any season of the year and any time in your life.
You can have,
I like that.
that's a cool one.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but.
I like that.
Will you just say that again?
Any
The
season
idea
of-
that any season of the year and at any point in your life or at any time in your life, Netherland has a way for you to connect.
Yeah, at any age or any point, yeah, any.
Yeah, any of that works.
Yeah.
I think I said time, but however you choose to phrase it is fine.
You could play off season of the
Yeah.
year or season of life.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's like a good one. All right, who's next?
I'll chime in. So this is, I think I like some of the stuff it was maybe in green in the document that you showed, Luke. And I think, is that the original thing that you had sent out? The little green paragraph?
Yeah, there's one that was highlighted right here.
Right, the vision. Yeah, in the vision thing. So I like the idea of, it's important to the pros maximizing the extraordinary outdoor experiences. So like it is a focus that we are like pursuing this. It's important to us, it's important to pros to maximize all the different various outdoor experiences that surround us.
Yeah, that goes like that surround us. It's like that idea that like we can go through our community to get to those places to the degree that we have control over that influence of that land. And then, beyond that, it's maybe a different process or a collaborative process.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's important because that's like a sweet reason to live here, in my opinion.
So a common theme here of connectivity, connections. One thing I would ask is, what about the experiences that exist like contained in town? Like, what about like, improving the, whether it's facilities or experiences or events that just happen in town that, bring people into town, bring.
You said the connection between people.
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
Kind of just third place concept that,
But I like the idea of also including, like, part of the goal here is also to bring people into town, not just like connecting to the things
Right.
around us, but like bringing people into town.
yeah, like if you have a community center that people are just super psyched on, that's got awesome stuff, you're gonna like go hang out there because it's, you can do activities there and people are gonna run into other people and meet people.
Yeah,
If you have like more developed, I don't know, it's like if you think about things you could do, I don't know what really you have on the horse side, just thinking about that community, but on the bike side, it's easy to think like you develop more, in-town bike opportunities and
Yeah.
places to ride your bike.
And that, I mean, that one other thing that springs to mind is, well, not just kind of the same, in the same category, like events that bring people in, whether
Yeah.
like it's like John's talking about, we have like stuff that's happening at the rink, or summer concert series, or, that gravel,
Totally.
whatever, like, and I do think that should be kind of part of,
The recreation.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
what.
cool. I think, sometimes don't think about the programming aspect and
Yeah, like,
what we can do to encourage that to happen.
right,
Either where the town's doing it, or like we're inviting someone who wants to do some kind of event within the town limits, and we're like championing that event because we think it's healthy.
yeah, do we have?
Like the gravel ride's kind of a cool example. Obviously, I have a bias.
Community
but-
engagement.
That's more about, I think, the feedback.
Yeah.
We do have a section.
I know, I did know that. I thought that we had a section though on,
The farmer's market's a good example that's not necessarily recreation focused, but like an example of that, something happening in town.
yeah. I don't know if that's so much parks. I was thinking.
It's not.
Summer
Yeah.
concert series is what
Yeah.
that's to be.
Yeah.
It's like, if we have awesome parks, like what does that facilitate as
Yeah.
well?
Um,
If you want to go to goal 1 over overall vision, I'm curious.
um,
I think you can do things that are in the art sort of world with parks too,
yeah, there's a section here in the parks section, we have, accommodate residents' needs for outdoor recreation, social gatherings, and local and regional cultural events. On a scale that's appropriate for the size and character of town.
And in a second, I'm gonna pause you. We're gonna
Yeah,
go around and make sure we get everybody's
Yeah.
input here.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably try to wrap it up.
yeah.
All right, Electra, you wanna take the stage and give us your thoughts on this?
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
No, that's okay. You're good.
What are we adding to this?
Well, it's just your input to the vision statement, kind of like what do you like and or want to see more of, in a way that it could be added to the vision statement. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a chance to like read what's here, and I'm gonna move to CT real quick, so you don't have to be thinking on the fly.
Sounds good.
Yeah, CT, do you have kind of some thoughts here that you might want to add? I know you're not feeling great, so. CT, can you hear me? You're chasing your kid. All right, say text message.
You're good.
I just
Adam kind of get, Adam, did you want to add any more to yours? Oh, CT said we can't unmute. I don't know why. I can't unmute you. Can you unmute CT by chance?
Okay, I think I got it.
Oh, yeah, you're here. Cool.
All right, great. It just took Teams a while to
No, you're good.
make that. I don't have any additional updates at this time.
Okay. Right on. Electra, yours, and then we got Adams, unless you want to add anything else.
I really don't have anything to add. I'm all about the connectivity thing, and I think one thing that I had mentioned when I first joined was just more like it's like I live in Big Springs and like none of the
Yeah.
trails are marked, so that was something that I wanted to highlight too. So maybe just something about markings on the trails, and I think we've already kind of covered that and all the local trails around Nederland, and just kind of emphasizing those with the maps and things we've talked about.
So you'd like to know how you get to where you're trying to go? If you don't know, right? Seriously.
Yeah, kind of. I was just like really talking about more trails like near my house and near what's it called, West Mag, that are just not marked at all. So that was something that I was kind of interested in adding to that. But I don't know if this is kind of like the same thing.
I like that, 'cause there's a wayfinding component to
Yeah,
the vision of Parks and Rec
Yeah.
and like knowing where things are and how to get there.
Yeah, yeah, that's also part of our accessibility framework too, is,
Yeah.
you know, making sure that people know what's available, how to get there, how far is it?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also, there's a whole section on trails, where I think some of that is covered, but yeah, I think broadly, maybe trails could be in the vision.
Okay, yeah. I think everything looks good to me from everything we've talked about the past few meetings. So that was just one thing I was interested in, but I think the connectivity and the trails are covered pretty well.
Cool. Anything else to add? Otherwise, I think we probably take this and just
Yeah,
send it out after the meeting kind of thing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a bit, like a,
I'll mash some stuff together and come up with a couple of things, and then I think was really helpful. Does anybody have any reason that we would have a mission? I think we're pretty clear. We'll have a vision section, a vision statement, and then the purpose section instead of mission, right?
somehow in here, if we can talk about, I mean, it's in the pros, but like getting some kind of water recreation available on the reservoir.
We'll never,
Yeah.
that needs to not be in there.
Yeah, it's.
I'm so sorry. We can't control it.
Jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Is it completely out of our jurisdiction? There's no component of the shoreline that's,
Wait,
Oh.
but no, it's in the pros.
I thought it was in the pros. That's why.
I think we can advocate, you could say like, we should advocate for it, but it's just,
We have a whole section.
We have a whole
about
se-
water recreation.
Yeah, let's look at it real quick because I just want to be clear on, do we have any jurisdiction over
No.
any of that?
not at all.
Okay, I thought there was a.
We can
component.
advocate, and maybe
Got
that's what needs to happen is change it to advocate for those
That's a
opportunities.
confusion on my part.
But
Yeah, so.
I thought there was like a component that we had some level of like influence over, but.
no, I think there's opportunities on the creek, like, you know, you have the kind of the little beachy area right
Yeah.
before the dam, but I think that if I was gonna recommend anything, I'd say achievable goals are good. And so like, if it was advocate, you're gonna have, you know, I think we can work with Boulder. I think what we should say is something like, one thing that kind of gets to all of this is continue partnerships with regional stakeholders to
For
promote
sure.
recreational opportunities
Yeah.
around the town. Like
Yeah.
something to that effect, because I think that really gets to what you're saying. But
Because like historically, my understanding, I could be wrong, but like, I think it was like one person. They needed like one more vote to open it up for recreation years and years ago.
it's a over
And
my
so-
dead body situation at the
At
moment.
this point.
I have things that I've been working on. One thing I've talked
I
to
mean,
them.
you know,
Yeah.
I've looked into it, but
Well,
I'm
it's
just gonna bring it up
like,
anyways.
they've said something to the effect of, we could have paddle boards if people don't bring their own paddle boards. so
Yeah,
you
right,
don't
right,
have
like that'd
ballast.
still be super cool.
And maybe they'd be willing to do that, but it has
Yeah.
to go through, it would go through
Who's they?
Boulder. It's City of Boulder.
City of Boulder,
Mhm.
Board of Trustees.
Well, and then you got to go through their water team
Yeah.
first. And it's like, it,
And so who's like the over-minded body person? I'm just curious.
it's a pretty strong city policy. I think there's a concern about the temperature of the water and people dying in there. There's a concern about contaminants getting into the water, and mollusks especially, I think is a really big concern. But I think ultimately the thing is that's something that our community does want. So I think expressing it in the plan isn't terrible. It's just
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, like something along the lines of advocate would be.
Because we did have the folks who run the lake program over at Evergreen come out and talk to us year or two ago or something like that. And, you know, they had similar challenges and
Yeah.
they don't own the water like rights or whatever. It's Denver. I know Boulder's, you know, not Denver, but they run programs, they do things. And so
I'm not saying you shouldn't
seems
try.
like
I'm
within
just
the
telling
realm of
you
physics.
it's
Yeah.
probably not going to happen.
I'm just gonna throw out.
I'm not getting my hopes
Yeah,
up.
I don't
Yeah,
think you
yeah.
should take it out either. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to dampen too hard. It's
Yeah.
just,
It's in the pros.
Yeah.
But, like, and this
Yeah.
went through like a ton of reviews
And
like in the
and
last year.
well, that one of those particular points actually comes from the comp plan.
Hmm.
One of the sections in the comp plan says outdoor recreation facilities need upgrades. One of which is developing the shore park meadow to provide water-based recreational
Right.
opportunities.
That's where it all comes from.
Right, so. like,
people say a lot of things that aren't
I'm just saying,
practical in
it's
real
the-
life.
It's in the comp
Yeah.
plan, like, so that, and the section in the Prost where it talks about it is how the Prost relates to other plans.
Yeah.
We're taking, as the Prost relates to the comp plan, this is one of the things. in
Yeah.
the comp plan. So I think it's,
It's fully aligned.
I
to
get that
the
it's like,
vision.
it's not,
Measurable, achievable, time-bound goals is what.
yeah. I don't think it made it into our, like, top goals kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you that what the
I
actual
know.
reality is
Yeah.
also.
Um, So,
all right, well,
so, yeah, I mean, I think as part of I don't know if that fits into the vision statement, but I think we could encompass it in that, like, engaging with other.
Yeah.
You know, these other agencies, because I mean, that is a key part of our.
Fishing was part of it too, and the what do you call it? The music venue thing, whatever. Those are parts of that goal.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And fishing is aquatic recreation technically, and I think we can do that. So maybe
you can fish.
Yeah. it's paddle boarding and swimming that they get excited about.
Yeah. Fishing is aquatic recreation. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I
Not
mean,
for the
to me,
fish.
I mean, this sort of, in some ways, like hits the nail on the head of like one of the things that should be one of our visions is
Yeah.
working more with these other agencies, because
If anybody's gonna work on it,
both Forest
These are
Service,
the ones.
Boulder County and the city of Boulder, like own recreational assets that are right next to us, right? And so like, that is something that I think should be one of our visions, is to create better relationships.
Probably gonna end up being a strategic goal of the board too. It's
Yeah.
on our list of things to talk about. So I think it's a good thing.
So I'm gonna put that in this little list of bullets of.
You guys should advocate for it. I just said, like, if things would be cool, we should figure out what it takes to say yes and not say no. So I can't go back on that.
You know the people that we'd have to advocate to.
Yeah, I have been doing it actually. I just have like literally struck out every time. But I think that we have been really working really hard with the Boulder Water team on building a good relationship with them, and we have a lot of things we've been doing. So I think it doesn't hurt to continue the conversation.
Is it something where like a member from our board and a member from SAB could like collectively go together to the Board of Water, to the water team?
and start like learning more from that.
Just, like,
Billy and I went and toured the water treatment plant. Last 2 years ago, I don't know. Sometimes in the last 2 years to like get an understanding of the,
That's our plant.
nope.
Oh, their plant down in
Yep.
by the tunnel?
We
Um,
toured it.
You can. I don't think it's bad. I just
We
don't.
did already.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think
We were
that,
just trying to like understand
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
I think that policy is like written in blood. So I'm not convinced that it would change, but I do think that advocacy is what would need to happen to start that conversation.
Like, similar to like new people are joining these boards every
Mhm.
year. They might have fresh perspectives and
Yeah.
they might also want to do water sports up here.
We have other interests too in the reservoir that in relationships like with our water storage there and things like that. We're always working on our relationships with Boulder, I guess what I'm saying. I don't know.
I mean, the idea is like to keep it really healthy.
Yeah.
And positive, and it'd be something we'd all be collaborating
Yeah.
on if we were to address it. But anything we could do, the community has expressed a desire.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad to
Right,
have it
so-
for that reason. I'm just trying to,
I know.
I think for me, it's
potentially,
important
like,
that
with the
we-
current folks
yeah.
in place, it's hard.
The Board of
right? It's like-
Trustees
it's
is
like it
gonna-
wouldn't happen.
when they review it, they're gonna look at it from a SMART goal perspective and they're
it's
gonna
gonna be
say
not smart.
like just what's measurable,
Yeah.
what's time bound, like how are we elucidating KPIs
For
for it?
sure,
And then they're gonna also look at,
as they should.
is it in Netherland? Is it outside of Netherland? Does it have general broad equity for the entire population? Does it take
Yeah.
care of current facilities? Does it have,
Yeah, all the things that
allow
should be
for the capacity of the teams that we have now? Like those kinds of questions, I think are the ones that you'll see.
Yeah.
So I think this one, there's a lot, it's just a wicked problem kind of thing where
Yeah.
there's multiple priorities. So
Agree.
Okay, well, first step is we can get the pros approved by the bot.
Yeah,
And
that's-
it
that's-
talks about the desire for water recreation and then we'll go from there.
you guys can put whatever you want. I think that might be a question that comes up with the board when it
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
Okay.
There's certainly a lot of things we can tackle before that, but it's good to put it in there since the community has said,
I agree. I
We
think
want it.
that that's the perfect answer.
yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, shall we wrap it up for the night?
I think so.
Great. All right. Motion to adjourn.
Again.
All right. Thank you all. Have a great evening. We'll see you next
Thanks,
time.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Happy New Year.